My name is Robert Greene. My informational speech this week is going to be on fly fishing. It's going to be on the equipment you need to fly fish, what you need as far as rules and regulations, and also just going out there and having fun to fly fish and how to use a fly rod. Basically, the reason why I like to fly fish is it's an experience. It's challenging, it's fun, and it's not just you put a bobber on, throw live bait on, throw it out, and wait for a fish to come and bite. You actually got to get out there, find the spot you want to go to, throw your lure by a log or under moss or close to the bank, and actually make the fish want to come and get your lure or fly. Not that I'm saying that there's certain flies out there that just catch this amount of fish, certain flies don't catch anything. It's actually, everybody has their fly. I mean, whatever fly that works best for you is the fly that's going to work best for you. I know I have my fly, and I know people that have their fly that they catch more fish on that fly than what they catch on my fly, and the same with me. Basically, you'd also need certain clothing. You could have a vest if you want. I don't have a vest. Also, a pair of waders, a net if you want a net. You can wear a hat if you want, but just basically waders and a vest if you want a vest. But I just use waders and put everything and use my pockets, put all my fly stuff in my pockets. And then, of course, you need your fly rod, your basic fly rod, or you can use a regular rod, whatever you prefer. And then, of course, you need your flies, and good to have an assortment of flies, and there's what I use, there's my assortment. Also, a lot of people, including me, use bobbers when they fly fish, and there's your bobber that you need to use, and it has the deal at the end, right there, where you pull out and then put the line in, and then that'll seal it back up. Also, you need your fishing line. This fishing line right here goes onto the end of your leader line, which your leader line is this green line, and then of course you tie it onto the end of the leader line right here, where you tie it on at. You tie it on just like you tie on a regular fishing hook. Then of course you got your bobber that you put on, which I normally make my bobber at least 10 feet from where my my lure is, or my fly, and then of course there's my fly, which is the basic off-white fly. That's what I use and have the best luck on. Like I said, everybody has their own certain fly or lure that they do best on when they're fishing. And then once you get all that done, you need to make sure you have your fishing license, of course, that everybody needs in the state to be able to fish anywhere. And then of course, if you want to fish in the river, you got to have a trout stamp. That's the only way you can fish in the river or trout fish in the rivers, with a trout stamp. And then of course, when you go to the state park, you got to have your state park stamp, which is basically a stamp saying that you're there fishing for the day, and they know that you're allowed to fish there. And also, if you keep the fish, you got to have that with you even when you're done, because if you keep the fish, which is a limit of 4, you got to have that with you wherever you go until those fish are gone, until you have eaten them fish. Because if not, if you have not eaten those fish and conservation shows up, something like that, you got to have that proven that you were able to keep those fish in your freezer. And then of course, once you get all that done, you go and you pick your zone. You can pick your fly zone, of course, and then your artificial zone, which is artificial bait, and your live bait zone, which you cannot use flies in that zone, which is there's zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. Then after that, you got to choose your good area, where it logs down, like I was saying earlier, or where there's moss, or by a bank. Basically, after that, after you have your fly rod prepared and you got your fly of choice or lure of choice tied on, all you got to do is go out there and catch fish and decide whether you want to keep them or not. And like I said, if you decide to keep them and you clean them, make sure that you bring a bag or something with you, because if you clean them and throw the guts in the water, a lot of people like to use those guts to fish, and that is illegal. You cannot use that. So when you clean the fish, try to take a bag or something, put it in a bag, and throw it in the dumpster. But basically, you just got to get out there and fly fish and have fun with it, and it's just learning experience, and that's the only way you can get out there, and that's the only way you can do it. Fly fish is get out there and learn how to do it. Basically, that is my speech. Thank you.